Hello and welcome to today's video. We are here for another episode of our NASCAR Xfinity series, and I'm going to show you guys some of the stats here if they want to show up. Let's see if we can maybe make the screen even less bright. Nope, don't want that setting on. Does it work now? It does. Alright, so you guys can see right there, Season 3, 25 wins, and we're up to 3 playoff wins already. We have 70 total wins. And I'm pretty excited about the fact that we have that many wins in general. So let's try to continue as we head here to Kansas, Texas, and Phoenix today. And then later on in the week, the final episode of the Xfinity series here on the channel for this game entirely, we'll be going to Homestead, Miami. What do you want, Fiesta? What do you want to say? What do you want to say to everybody watching? Nothing? Okay. Let's go to Kansas here we go. Right now. We're racing here at Kansas. It's been a struggle track for us in really both series, Xfinity and Cup. We really haven't just had the most success here. Now, we won here in Season 1 for the Xfinity series. I remember that. Because we won all 7 races in the playoffs, but, you know, qualifying-wise, we haven't really had a good start here, and we did struggle a little bit. More in the Cup Series, though. That's our only winless track. In that series, we've done a lot of racing. We do head there this week, this Sunday. So if you guys want to see if we're going to win there, make sure you go peep that this week. But it's a difficult track for me for some reason. I'm not really sure why. I really don't. It just hasn't been super easy for us, and it's fine. But as we wind down here on the Xfinity series here on the channel, we got to look back at the fact that we won at every track. 3 seasons, racing from September to March. We have done 3 seasons. We've got 70 wins. We got a chance to make it anything up to 74 wins is our potential. We have 4 tracks left to race at, so it's just crazy.
Still a car out there.
How well we've actually raced in the Xfinity series compared to any of the other series is crazy.
Not fast clear.
It's just, you know, it's weird why we raced so well in this. To pick up 70 wins over that time is insane. And the fact that we've had 26 of them in one season is another wild thing for sure. And I think that going forward, to not have a Season 4 of this is going to be very, very interesting, but we're moving on to exclusively the Cup Series, so we can use the 2018 update. And that, of course, will begin very, very soon on the channel. Once you see Season 4, that series, of course, runs Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, going back to what we used to do for NASCAR Heat Evolution. So that's a little bit different, or it's something we haven't done since September, when this came out, but, you know, I'm looking forward to getting back to that, but for now, gotta work our way through here and see what we got. You know, see what, do we have that 3rd and final championship in us here? You know, can we make it 3 in a row? I don't know. I hope so. I'd love to make it 3 in a row, but we have to find out. It'd be a disappointment to not get a championship after this season. We're gonna find out though very, very soon if we can. But after this season, winning 26 races, 25 races, something like that, to not get a championship would be so disappointing. We won all but like 4 races. So, I know we didn't win Atlanta. We didn't win our second race at Iowa. We didn't win Road America. We didn't win Kentucky. And honestly, we should have won Atlanta. We should have won Road America. I was just being stupid at Road America. So 2 of those races I came in second at. As well. I think our worst finish in this series is like 8th. Because I think we got 7th at Iowa and 8th at Kentucky. Something along those lines, but it's definitely been a interesting season to say the least. I think what we did, we took all the momentum from season 1 in this series, brought it to the Cup Series for season 2, and then brought it back here to the Xfinity Series for season 3. Because we won like 26 some races in the Cup Series last season. But it's just crazy. When these seasons start, it's like, oh wow, it's a new season, new things to see what we can do, and then when you're coming down to the end here, recording these playoff videos is always wild. Because I know that in just a couple minutes from now, I'll be recording the final episode of every Xfinity Series on the channel. Which is just wild. Which is just actually wild. But you know, it's something we have to go through, and we'll finish it up. And I hope everybody's enjoyed watching the Xfinity Series here on the channel. It's been very fun to do. Of course, next week we wrap up season 3 entirely for the for the Cup and Truck Series, but Xfinity gets wrapped up first, which is really weird because it always has been weird to me since we started this series, but the reason it gets wrapped up first is just because it goes along with the Cup Series but has 1 less episode, right? Because there's 3 less races that they do for the Xfinity Series, because they do 33 races. Cup does 36. So they do 3 less races. And that's basically a round of the playoffs, because there's 10 playoff races for the Cup Series versus the 7 for the Xfinity Series. And the thing about the trucks is that they do only like 23 races, so if we did 2, 2, and 2, it would be so weird the way that it would wrap up. We would have wrapped up the trucks a while ago if we did 2 episodes a week. Because there's only 11 episodes and we've recorded 8 of them. So it kind of is just a little bit weird how it works, but you know, it's whatever. I don't really care, but it's just very, very interesting how it wraps up. That we do a whole week of truck racing basically to wrap it up. All the Truck Series playoff races are in 1 episode. And we're going to lose this race here in the last turn.
Those tires are pretty bad.
We're going to actually lose this race here in the last turn.
Incredible. Top 5.
That's a feels bad. See, this is the thing about Kansas. The tire wear is so bad. It's just so hard to get a win here. I am glad that is over, though, because my nose is stuck out the entire time, and I can barely, like, breathe during half that thing. Because I have some allergies that I've had. I didn't check my nose right before I started recording, which I probably should have. But I'm going to do that, and we're going to go to the next track, which I don't remember what it is. Is it Texas? I think it might be Texas. Let's get Alright, here we are at Texas, qualifying in 13th position. We could have started a little bit better, but we had an issue. We hit the wall at the very start of the qualifying run that really slowed us down for the entire race. But we're here. Justin Allgaier, who's in front of us, the winner at Kansas, is locked in to the next round. Along with myself, I have 144 points for the last place, or the 4th place driver, so I'm locked in. And that's really what matters. I am second in the standings, though.
Hold your line.
Because Allgaier has 1 win in this round. That puts him above me.
Outside's clear.
But I have, like,
Inside's still there.
a lot of points. So I'm not
Clear low.
not concerned in
All
any
clear, driver.
way about making the championship 4. I've already made it. Myself and Allgaier there. 2 races decide 2 spots. Basically.
Stay on the top. Still a car out there.
So it's not a concern. I am really better too, as I said at the end of the first race. I can breathe through my nose better now. So I can talk more, even though I did the whole time. It was a little bit harder.
Clear down low.
Alright, so we worked our way here. We are in position. Oh no.
Hold a steady wheel.
We are working our way towards the lead.
3 wide, you're in the middle. Clear high.
I'm hoping that we can go in the Cup season and get that win in Kansas, though.
Still a
That's
car
still
out
like a
there.
big thing that I'm like
Inside.
concerned about. Kansas is just not a good track for me.
Hold a steady wheel.
I just can't seem to get the win there.
All clear.
I did a test for the 2018 season because I didn't run it yet, and I want to get all the settings worked out. So I did a test run to make sure all of our settings from this season would carry to season 4. And I worked out some of the settings, and I did a race at Kansas because I did the playoffs.
Green, baby, let's go get it.
And it was pretty bad.
Outside, hold your line.
Another thing that I had, like, all the settings didn't really transfer. Like, some things did and they didn't. Which I wish they would because it's the same game.
Outside, hold
But
your line.
my controller would vibrate every time I pulled it behind a car, and I'm like, what is happening? And I finally figured out, I'm like, it's the draft. So when I went in to adjust the settings, I fixed that because I'm like, the draft is an issue. I don't want to have the vibration whenever I go up behind a car. Because I can tell if I'm drafting a car. If I pull it behind them and start going faster, I know I'm drafting them. Or if I pull it behind a car in general, I know I'm drafting them. I don't need a controller vibration to be like, oh shit. Like, I have it when I make contact with a car, because that's kind of like normal. Because it's more like the feel. Like, if you crash into something, you're gonna feel it. So like right there, I hit into him, and I know that I hit him,
Hold your
and I
line.
can feel it in the controller. But I don't want that on for when I draft behind a car and it like vibrates. I'm like, stop. Stop.
Really good
Just-
lap. Stay in the
like
circle.
right now, the controller will be vibrating, and it's like, ugh. Even like the slightest amount that you're behind a car, it does.
Clear.
Like, let's see. See, how can I get behind him very slightly? Like right here, it'd still be vibrating because I'm just like slightly there. It's like, can we not? Like, bruh. Bruh. Alright, so let's see if we can get by Byron here.
5 laps to go.
I'd really like that.
Hold a steady wheel. Clear quick.
Our season 4 driver right there as well. I'm sure you're aware. We set that series up during the last time I did a stream of this, which is the 2018 update. Or during that stream, I should say. We set it up. And it was pretty cool. We got that series set up, ready to go, picked the driver. We also made a list of drivers that I would like to potentially race in other seasons. Season 5 through 9. Not confirming those seasons at all. Well, confirming that will be season 5. Not confirming there's 9 seasons. I'm just confirming that there's multiple series to come. But I don't know how many we'll get done, but I have drivers picked for seasons 4 through 9. Here we go, though. 3 to go. 3 to go. See what we got. Can we get a win here at Texas, giving us our 27th win of the season and number 71 overall? It'd be very, very crazy to have 71 wins in a series. In 3 seasons.
Need 2 more fast ones, driver.
Like, if we did a season 4, we'd be on track to get near 100 wins. So basically, if we continue doing the Xfinity series, we would have something crazy. I should do a total of how many wins we have. Maybe at the end of the Xfinity series season. I mean, the end of the Cup series season. Next Sunday.
Just one more lap to go.
I'll tell of every NASCAR win they've had on the channel. Through NASCAR Evolution and NASCAR Heat. Because that's like what's cool to do now. Because let's see, if we look at the all-time win list through the top 3 NASCAR series, because we know the top, just for the Cup series, the most wins is Richard Petty, David Pearson, and Jeff Gordon. But I think for overall, through 3 series, Richard Petty, Kyle Busch, David Pearson, Kevin Harvick. I believe, or something like that. I've seen it on my phone. It was earlier. Anyways, we'll look into that. But let's go now to. All right, here we are, racing today, and we qualified second here at Phoenix, which is a rare thing. I made a slight mistake at the end of my qualifying run. I came off the turn 4, and hit the wall just a little bit, which slowed me down just enough to not qualify first here. Again, very surprising. This is a track that we've absolutely dominated at here, and I'm surprised we didn't win. I mean, surprised we didn't qualify first. I also did the math to figure out how many wins we have total across all 3 series. And across the whole time that we played this game, or played NASCAR on the channel. NASCAR Evolution and NASCAR Heat. 2, because we're not counting the old games that I played in NASCAR 2005, NASCAR 14. Those are different times, they were just me memeing around. This is going to really count the old videos on the channel that much towards anything meaningful. Besides just being there. Videos really before 2015 don't count as much. And it still counts as like, hey, I did YouTube then, but it doesn't really count as like anything besides that. You know what I mean? It doesn't really count towards that much significance on the channel. And it's whatever though. It just counts as like the start and that's it. The whole videos are there. We relive them once a year for our year excitementness of yay, we've done YouTube for so many years. Actually, that video comes up next week. That's crazy. 6 years of YouTube next week. But that's really the only time that it comes up. We bring up these videos, and that's it. They get brought up for a couple of days. They get brought up March 28th, and then they're gone. That's it. So, the videos since about the middle of 2015, those are the ones we really look at and say, these count, these matter. But before that, it's whatever.
That was a great lap.
That was a great lap. I really enjoyed that lap as well. But we're kind of doing the damn thing. And I will say at the beginning of the next episode, so if you guys watch it on Saturday, I will say how many wins we have. Because I added it all up, I wrote down all the series. NASCAR Heat Evolution, and then the 3 NASCAR Heat 2 series, the trucks, Xfinity, and the Cup for that. And I will say, if it was for real, it would be the most wins ever in NASCAR. I will tell you that much. If you guys remember, in the NASCAR Evolution, we won 95 races over those 9 seasons. That was a goal of mine, was to get
That's 5 to go.
as many wins as we could in that series. I really wanted to pass. I want to see how high I get up on the actual wins list for NASCAR. That's always a goal of mine. It's always cool to sort of compare our series compared to actual NASCAR wins. And the reason that it sort of came up adding them all up together was when Kevin Harvick won Las Vegas, the whole thing was... Well, actually, it started league before. It started at Atlanta. It started at Atlanta. They were like, oh, wow, he's won 98 wins with his Xfinity win. He's won 98 wins across the 3 National Series. And then he won Atlanta in the Cup Series. Like, he's won 99 races across the National Series. It's like, that's cool. Cool. And then he won Las Vegas the next week in the Cup Series, and it was like, wow, he's got 100 wins now. And this puts him 4th all-time for wins across all 3 National Series. Of course, he's a little bit lower in just the Cup Series itself, with like 40 wins or 39 or something like that. 39 or 40 wins he has in that itself, but that's still a significant amount. But I went over and sort of said, well, isn't it kind of cool to see how many wins we have total in our series that we've done here on the channel? And between the Cup Series and NASCAR Evolution, and then the Trucks, Xfinity, and Cup in this game, I figured let's add it all up and see what we've done since then. So I think that it's really cool to look at the stats. I really like stats, that's why I keep the stats for our series. I don't have to write down where we've won, where we've won, not where we won, but where we haven't won, which in turn keeps track of where we have won. I don't have to keep track of what series I won races in, what series, like what season. I have to keep track that I won 10 races in Season 2 and 20 races in Season 3. I don't have to keep track of that, but I do it because I think that it's cool to look at the stats. And, it's a sport, it's a sports game. And I like to keep track of the stats. We're going to go here. We're going to get a win in Phoenix, give us win number 72 on the season. On the series. Win number 27 on the season. And we're going to wrap it up here. So we'll see you guys for Homestead this Saturday, where we're going to take on Homestead this Saturday. We're going to go for our 3rd championship and final championship in the Xfinity Series. So we'll see you guys then.